Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be here today to talk about all things food, all things cooking, and just get y'all more excited to get in that kitchen. So today we're gonna take one example of what I consider is a traditional, quintessential Nigerian dish, and then we're gonna flip it on its head a couple ways. My goal is to show y'all that food is more than the dish that you know, but it can be whatever you want. To me, the only rule in the kitchen is that it tastes good to you. So if I taste it and I'm like, I don't really know, but to you, you're like, oh no, this is bomb. You won. That's the whole ball game. The only rule is that it tastes good to you. So cooking is so much more than what we know or currently understand. It's such a way to explore, not only explore our food, but explore other cultures' food. You can be in an instant, you can be in Asia or you can be in Jamaica, you can be anywhere, but just by eating their food. That is the transformative power of food to me. And that's why I'm so excited to share this with y'all. I really hope that by the end of this video that you're able to come out of here thinking of different ways that you can take the dishes you know and tweak them on the head and do different things and explore the world in your kitchen. I'm so excited to be here today. Let's get in.
Let's make some suya. In the pan, roast off some unsalted nuts for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. Then take about half a cup of those nuts and toss them in the bowl of a food processor. Add a tablespoon each of granulated garlic, granulated onion powder, and granulated ginger. Then we're going to add in, that is cornstarch. We're going to add in cornstarch, about 3 tablespoons worth. This will help this from becoming some weird savory peanut butter. Because what's going to happen is as the peanuts are broken down, they're going to release oil. And the oil they release is what actually causes peanut butter to occur. So this is a way of removing that oil and having it be absorbed by the cornstarch. This is very, very important. After we do this, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to sift it out. I'm going to sift out all of the finer chunks. That way I'm left with a very smooth and nice product.
All right, so now that I've sifted out my peanuts, this is what I was talking about. These up here, this is the stuff that didn't get sifted. This actually is super oily and but it can be used. What you could do is you could just reground this with more cornstarch. It'd be alright to get more. But this is a product we're going for. I wish there was fill-o-vision, but that's not a thing. Anyway, this is more fine. I think you can see it pretty clearly when you hold them side by side. This is the one that was sifted, that fell out the sift. This is the stuff that was left after I sifted. So you can see the difference. This is a lot more fine. This is coarser. But like I said, you can just reground that. Anyway, let's move on. So it's one of the final events, or the main thing we're doing here. Let's get down to how do you make suya. So before you have in the bowl of a food processor, we're gonna take, this is half a cup of ground peanuts, a third cup of ground ginger. It's all going in my food processor. And then here, before you, in this really beautiful little spice circle, we have 3 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. Suya is, in my opinion, should be spicy. So if you want it spicy, do 3. If you want normal, semi-normal spice, do 1. If you don't want spice, what are you doing? I don't know. Anyway, if you decide to, do that with your life, do none, but don't do that. Do at least half a tablespoon so you can get some flavor. Then here we have onion powder. We have 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. This is basically what would be 2 bouillon cubes, 2 Maggi cubes together. So that comes out to about, I usually eyeball it. I do about 1.5 tablespoons because I don't want to get too salty. This is 2 teaspoons. This is 2 teaspoons of white pepper. It smells a little bit funky. You can get it at any grocery store. I highly advise going to the Mexican aisle because they got these bags you know, y'all seen those bags of spices they sell for 82 cents or so. It's good enough for this. You don't need to spend a lot, because if you go and get like the McCormick or whatever spice, white pepper is expensive. But like I said, go down that Hispanic aisle and the Mexican aisle in the grocery store, get you this for 82 cents. White pepper, you need it. And then in the middle, I got 2 teaspoons of salt. So that's all going in. All right, this is our lovely everything in our food processor right now. You don't have to put in a food processor. I'm doing it because I am lazy and I'd rather just push a button. But you can put this in because everything's super fine. Again, you see why you should sift it. I know it's a little bit more work, but it's worth it. But because everything's fine, you could technically put this like in a mason jar and just shake it and you get the same mix. Or you can put it in a bowl and just mix with whisk or spatula or whatever you got. But I have a food processor, so I'm gonna use that. So when we come back, we'll have the final product. And then we can get into the fun stuff of putting it on stuff. So let me mix this all up and I'll be right back. So now that our beautiful Suya mix is done, it's time to have the fun. You know, so let's talk about what is Suya. Suya, at the base of it, is this spice mix. It's spicy. It can be a little sweet depending on the meat you use. It can be it's complex with the ginger and the peanut. It is a beautiful spice mix, but that's what it is. It's a spice mix. Don't overcomplicate your thinking. When you're thinking about food and cooking and getting into the kitchen for the first time or getting creative in the kitchen, just break everything down to its bare elements. I used to have a math teacher in 6th grade who would always tell me, if you don't know what this is, where this started, break it down to what you do know, which is sometimes hard when you don't know nothing. But in the kitchen, you know, there's so much that you already do know, you know? So if you think about what can I do with this, think about all the things you can do with something like this. This is a simple taco seasoning mix. In all honesty, these two things, same concept. Same exact concept. What can you do with something like this? Well, you can put it on beef, you know, normal. You can put it on chicken. You can even put it on fish, depending if that's your flavor. You put it on vegetables. You can put it on everything. It's the same crap with that. It's the same idea with this. So now that we have this, let's have some fun. We're going to make some delicious things. I'm very excited to share this with y'all. So we're gonna do Suya 3.5 ways. Y'all can't see that. Now you can. No, you can. The magic. So Suya 3.5 ways. 3.5 ways. I should have been a doctor with handwriting like that. Anyway, the first way we're gonna do it is we're gonna do it the way we all know, which is traditional beef Suya. So this is, is one we all know. I'm not gonna do skewers. If you were to do a skewer, the only thing I would say for skewers, soak the sticks. Always do that. Always soak your sticks. This way you don't get burning when it's time to go. So, but we'll do a traditional beef Suya. I'll show you the way to do it. It's really simple, really delicious. The second one we're gonna do is we're going to make a smash burger. I know people are thinking, what? Why would we make a smash burger? Well, we're gonna make smash burgers because they're delicious, and honestly, I'm making this at my dinner time, and I want to make this is what I want for dinner. But when we make our smash burger, we're gonna make a Suya aioli. I'm spelling this word incorrectly. Anyway, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a Suya aioli. I'll show you what that is in a second. I like everything we do, delicious. But smash burgers are very good. I'll also throw in a quick and delicious French fries recipe, which I'll tell you the recipe right now. The recipe is cut up your French fries, put them in oil, wait till they're brown. add salt. Done. That's the whole recipe. It's the best fries you'll ever have. Don't put them in vinegar. Don't do all that nonsense. Just cut them, put them in the oil, let them get brown, and then move. That's it. And then the last thing we're gonna do, we'll do this probably around the same time we do our traditional suya. We're gonna make suya tacos. And this again, once you can do this, you can go crazy here. Let's get started. I'm very excited for all of this, but let's get started with our traditional beef suya. All right, let's get to it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these into chunks. That way, I just want to. You don't have to. I just want to cut it into chunks. So I'm gonna cut them into chunks, toss them in this bowl, then add my oil in. So I'm using you wanna use a flavorless oil. So flavorless oils are like canola oil, vegetable oil, some better vegetable oil, sunflower oil is another one. And those couple are just use an oil that's not going to impact flavor. Or if you want to, you could make a chili oil and top, but that's too much. You could put a chili oil, it would add more to the spice. But again, you want to stay with a neutral oil. Sorry, I'm waving my knife at y'all like this, but anyway. So let's get to it. So like I said, I'm gonna cut these into strips. So now I've separated these well enough. I'm gonna take the hand I did not use to move the meat, and I'm gonna add about a tablespoon or two of canola oil. I'm gonna eyeball it. That's about enough. So with that same hand that I used to separate them, go back in there real quick and make sure everything gets some oil love. You know, you want to oil it nice. Oh, I'm going to stop there. But you want to make sure you oil it up and everything is covered. That way, when we toss in our suya spice, everything sticks to it. I'm just really making sure the way I cut it, it kind of compacted it. So use the oil as a way to separate them a little bit. All right. So we're about done in there. All right, so here's where, listen to Tabitha Brown, she say, I'm gonna add 4 or 5 tablespoons because that's my business. It's really up to you. I say add at least 2 tablespoons per pound of your suya spice. That way everything tastes nice. So we're gonna take this, again, I'm eyeballing because I want to, but so there's one, we'll make sure evenly spread it. 2, then we're gonna do 1 more for good measure. 3, about 3-ish spoons of that. And then same thing, go back in and coat. You probably know how to do this. Like I said, this is the easiest recipe. The longest, hardest part, in my opinion, is making the peanuts, really, for it. After that, it's super easy, super straightforward. How do you season anything is really it. The oil is just a good step to make sure that everything gets on there and it's incorporated really nicely. So now that we're done here, pretty much done here, we're gonna go over to my stove. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. All we did, this is literally the hardest part, is making the suya spice. After that, it's just searing meat. Most people know how to do that. Just put the meat on the fire, wait till it's done cooking. That's it. It's not hard at all. Cooking is not hard. It's just a matter of patience and time and making sure that whatever you make is delicious to you. I'm gonna keep saying that. It is delicious to you. I am so tempted to take a bite of this, but it's not good to chew on camera. But really, I love serving it this way because this is also a communal style of serving. It's like all these toothpicks mean that everybody can have their own. Stick it in, get your piece, enjoy, talk, sit around suya, sit around maybe outside when we can finally all go back outside one day. But this is what I love about food. It brings people together. It allows people just to sit and talk and really get to enjoy each other's company. So
that's limit. I can go on forever. But now that we've done this, we can make something even more fun. Let's take this and turn it into Suya tacos.
All right, it's finally time. Let's make our Suya taco. All right, so base, a very good tortilla. Don't buy Mission or whatever crap that is. Go to your local taqueria. If I said that right, you know, roll my R's. But go to your taqueria, pick up some tacos. This is Alejandro brand here in Arizona. It's really, really good. It's cheap and it's a really authentic tortilla. Pick up good street taco sized tortillas. Then I have fried plantain or dodo here. I'll talk about that in a second. And then I have our suya meat and this beautiful roasted jalapeno sauce I made. If you want the recipe, let me know. It's very, very simple, but this is here for 2 reasons. I'll talk about that afterwards. Okay, let's start building. All right, I'm so excited. So first we're gonna build with our plantain. I will admit, this is not my idea. I took this idea from a chef that I follow. That's another beautiful thing about food. Everybody learns from each other. And he puts this at the base of his suya taco, and I was wondering, what are you doing? Why would you do that? And then I tried it. It makes complete sense. So this is not just regular dodo, it's not just salt. What this has, it has ginger, garlic, and a little bit of extra spice, because I like it spicy. Here, it's a season. What this does is a couple things. It both reinforces the flavor, so again, we're introducing garlic and ginger, and it has a bit of sweetness and a little bit of crunch. It's a beautiful texture breakup from our regular suya. Speaking of suya, let's add it. Our lovely, beautifully cooked suya. Boom. As much or as little as you want. And then we're gonna add our roasted jalapeno sauce. This sauce is fire. The point of this sauce is to add heat. Again, I just like things really spicy, so you don't have to do all this. But the biggest point of it is to act as an acid. What I say when people have a lot of food that's gooey, I guess is the word I used to describe it, is you need to break it up. In order to break it up, you have to introduce an acid. This is what this acts as. The acidity from the lime helps to allow you to keep eating more. Because if something's too gooey, like think about like a really chocolatey, extra triple chocolate fudge brownie. And think about how that makes your mouth feel and how you feel almost tired after eating it. It's because there's nothing to break it up. That's why sometimes they serve it with fruit, they serve it with milk, because milk acts as a way to break it up. That's what this is acting as. It acts as a way to break up some of the flavor. So let's finally get to eat this thing. Well, I don't know if y'all can see me. This is my thumbs up. This is really good. Make this. It's really fire. So, excuse me. This is suya number 2. Let me show you suya number 3. It's smash burger time. I wanted a cool intro. Anyway, it's time to make smash burger. But before we get to the burger side of it, which is honestly the less important part in this video, but before we get to how to make a smash burger and all that great stuff, let's create this aioli. So, in my opinion, this is wrong. But in my culinary opinion, aioli just means mayo with some stuff in it. Sorry, I'm from Texas. That happens sometimes. But it's just aioli with things a part of it. Usually a vinegar component, which is our lime juice in this, and then a flavoring agent, which is sometimes garlic, blah, 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 other spices and stuff. And a little bit extra black pepper, because people like seeing black pepper flakes and things. And also I like the flavor of black pepper. So let's get started. So in a bowl, I have a half a cup of mayo. To that, I'm gonna add what looks to be about a tablespoon-ish of lime juice. This is gonna loosen up the mayo a lot. I say about a tablespoon, but I had a lime. I just I just squeezed the lime juice out of the lime. We're gonna mix that up. You see, it loosens it up really easily. So we're gonna stir this, but like I said, it's super loose now. It's loosey right here. So I'm just gonna do that. Mix it in so the lime juice is incorporated fully. And then I'm gonna do about two tablespoons of suya pepper. that is about all I'm gonna do for that. So boom. I'm gonna incorporate this in really nicely. What's gonna happen now is going to both flavor and color this. So you wanna make sure you really get this in, because what will be terrible is that if you take a bite of this and you get a pocket of Suya powder, it would taste terrible in your mouth and you would not enjoy it. You'd be like, Josh, you don't actually know what you're doing. But that's what we're gonna do here. So, oops, there we go. And then to that, you see the color changed really nicely. We're gonna add in some fresh black pepper. So when people look at it, they'll be like, ooh, what is this? That's all it is. And again, I like the flavor of black pepper add. So as much or as little as you want, go ahead and add it in. And with that, we're done. That is how you make a Suya aioli. You wanna know a secret? I've never tried this before. Let's taste it. Yo, that's fire. I'm not just saying that because I made it. It's real good. Don't put that back in there. But, wow, everything works. That's what the cooking is about. I had no idea if that was gonna work, and I did it, I did it live because it's concepts, right? I know an aioli has a mayo base with a vinegar or acid of sort, and then I can flavor however I want. That's the beauty of cooking. That is how we make our really quick, really delicious Suya aioli. It's time to make a smash burger. So as you saw, we made these beautiful burgers. Again, burgers and fries, very simple. Literally put burger in pan, smush it down, make sure it's seared really nice. Add a little bit of salt if you want to. I would go light on the salt there. And you got a nice burger. Same thing for the french fries, literally. Cut them up into french fry shapes. Take a potato, cut up into a french fry shape, fry at 350. You're done. That's the whole thing. That's the whole ball game. They're delicious. Salt at the end. Mwah! Best fries ever. But for us, we have a smash burger with a Suya sauce aioli. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that aioli we made to show you how to make. It's very, very simple. Put it on there liberally. Smear it down. As much or as little as you want. Right on top with some nice gooey American cheese. And then what I'm gonna do is add just a little bit more here onto my burger. Take my pickles. I like pickles. If you don't like pickles, don't put pickles on it. But I like pickles. So put that down there, smash it, put it there. Add a little bit more of aioli on our top bun. Right down there. And boom. You have one delicious smash burger. Hope you try this and enjoy. Oh, I almost forgot. This is a half. It's air fried Suya tilapia. I had a little bit of fried rice for presentation, but really all you have to do is put it in the air fryer at about 400 for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then you have beautifully juicy, really flavorful tilapia. So for those of you who are doing keto, minus the rice, or anything diet, or you just like tilapia, do this. It's delicious. I didn't include it as a fourth one because it's the same thing as beef Suya. Just put the spice mix on stuff. And that's really what I want y'all to know is food is fun. It's just understanding what it is at the base, and who could think that this one spice mix is responsible for both of these dishes. Go out there and have some fun.
Well, guys, that's it. I'm so honored to even make this video for y'all. It was such a pleasure to make. Really hope you go out there, get in your kitchens, and make whatever your heart's desire is. Remember, the only rule is that it tastes delicious to you. Even if it don't taste like mama used to make, it tastes like you make. And as long as you like it, that's all that matters. So remember, go out there, make something delicious, be creative, explore the world through food, and I hope you have an amazing year. Bye.